Petra says, Mehran, what do you think about a man who is in a relationship and then meets a younger girl, 22 years old, younger? Not much. I mean, or lucky. Because I don't know what else you're gonna go in the question. So far, a man who is in a relationship and meets a younger girl at 22. Oh, okay, no harm none. Just meets. But let's see what else is here. I may change my mind. And Petra says, and he cannot decide between the two women. He needs a list to decide. A list with all negative and positive aspects. Okay. Now, this man is in a relationship. That's all, right? He has a girlfriend, and then he meets this other girl who's younger. But I don't know the man's age, and I don't know his girlfriend's age. But we just know the new girl's age, so it kind of doesn't give the exact picture. And to kind of understand, let's see if you have other continuation of this. So I'll wait for the rest of the question, right? And Petra says, his girlfriend, same age. Okay, so the man has a girlfriend of 22 years old, and he has met another girl of 22 years old. And Petra says, no question, just to hear your opinion. Is it normal to decide with a list? I see. Petra says, oh, the man is or was at the time 52. Okay. Now we're talking. So the man is 52, has a 22-year-old girlfriend, and he's met another 22-year-old girlfriend. That's what the scenario is. Well, I think this man will be in trouble because he should not choose either one of them. Maybe for a while, maybe it'll be fun for him, and he would feel good about himself. And the girl may feel wonderful because she feels she's going out with an older man, and that makes her feel like very mature and like more the kind of image she wants to see herself as, because she hasn't accomplished anything in life much. Therefore, she's hoping or thinking by being in a relationship with an older man, then she's going to be considered an accomplished of some kind, whatever she has in her mind, which is totally baloney. And that's not going to serve her well because the age difference is too much. And 30 years age difference is too much. At a certain point in time, it may be very pleasant for both of them. But in hindsight, in reality, they will not be able to communicate at the same level, resonate at the same level. Many things that she would be interested to do, that man at age 52 has already done and may not be interested to do, may tolerate doing certain activities, sports, or interests of some kind, just because he's infatuated with the girl. But after a while, that would not be something that he would want to continue, while those things, those activities would be things that the 22-year-old would still be interested to continue on a daily basis. And that's where the communication compatibility starts breaking down, because for a while the girl would enjoy the treatment or the echelon or whatever she thinks she's getting in the whole package, and the man would feel excited and remembers that he's still got it and all that. There's a 22-year-old with him, but eventually it comes down to communication and where they really are, stage of life they are at, how they resonate, and the reality will kicks in they will find out that beyond the physical attraction and the connection, there is not much else there in common. And perhaps they will establish and develop some common things for a while, but eventually it's going to break down because the difference is way up. And as they each get older, the 22-year-old gets, in a way, while she's getting older, she's getting younger, and she's getting more capable and stronger and more experienced in things, and wants to do more of something than less of the other. And the 52-year-old, you know, 5 years later is 57, is not going to be interested to do certain things that he was interested to do 5 years ago, because that's the age that things really starts changing, you know. And you can't fool yourself. It's not about the physical fitness. The man could be very physically fit and fine, but it's the mental expectations and the exchange and interchange and the energy level and the type of energy and what really makes you resonate with the nature and life better at that frequency level at that age. Things have changed and they are constantly changing. So the changes will be tolerable for a while for both, but that's a short while. Eventually those changes that they really cherished at the beginning becomes a pain and unbearable or uninteresting anymore. That's why they should enjoy similar ages. A 22-year-old should go out maybe with a 30, 35-year-old max, pretty much, and the 52-year-old should hope to get to know a lady at maybe 38 or 40 or 45. So at least there would be some mental consciousness, connections and compatibility. It has to be reasonable, and depends what you want that relationship for. For a short time fun and experience, well, okay. For long-term lasting and building something together, no, I'm not so sure on that, for that age difference. It's hard to decide at that moment because they're both infatuated with each other, interested in the relationship, and they have all these ideas and they think it will work, but they don't recognize the element of difference in consciousness and conditionings and growth and the age and physical fitness and interests and experiences they've gone through, and so on and so forth. So these are things that has to be considered, and it's not an easy question, especially for the 52-year-old being with such a young woman. It's just like life all over again. But however, it should all be considered as a package, not just one part of something that you're enjoying, but the rest of the stuff could become cumbersome or troublesome or hard to communicate or identify with. Both should consider what this is going to lead to, or is it going to be sustained and become something of a real relationship, or it's going to be something that is going to be looked upon afterwards as an experience. Anyhow, now, I hope that made sense to you. Petra says, no, sorry, that was misunderstanding. The man is 52, his girlfriend is 51, and the younger woman was 29. Oh, she just grew 7 years. It was 22 a few minutes ago. All right. So the man is in a relationship and he's 52 years old, and he's in a relationship with a woman of 51-year-old, matching. They must be connected better in consciousness level, unless they're not compatible. And look, obviously it's going to be tantalizing for the guy, because most people see life only as a physical experience. They don't realize, and they're not aware of the fact that they're made out of mind and body, but they only think that they are what they can see and what they can physically feel. and how their hormones make them feel excited about intimacy and sexual experiences. And this is what we've been conditioned to learn, and totally oblivious about the connection of the energy and the mind to the nature, to the universe, the part that our mind plays in our existence. And if the mind cannot connect with the mind of the other person, doesn't matter how good looking you are and how wonderful the sex is, it will eventually become normal or just basic, nothing exciting anymore. And then there is nothing to hold that connection, physical connection, because the mental connection, the bond and consciousness level never grew. They mostly are operating their life based on physical things, which is a big part of our life, no doubt, and has to be considered. You have to like the girl that you're with or the guy that you're with physically. It's part of it. But if you only think that is all you are, and that's the only connection that you need to make things better, you all know damn well that it doesn't work that way. That's why so many people are so in love at the beginning, all physical, and then when the physical connection becomes already, normal for them, then they divorce, they get separated, because they haven't encouraged their bond and consciousness level to hold this together. The glue for the relationship is not the physical connection, is the actual mental connection. That's why many good-looking couples, regardless of how fit or good-looking they are, they eventually could very well separate, and most do, if they haven't spent enough time to get to know each other on consciousness level. So this is why it will be very interesting to the guy, like a heaven, because if he's only focused on physical life, then obviously the 22-year-old will blow him away in more ways than one. So okay, let me keep some straight face. So in his dreams, he's been hoping to prove to himself that he's still got it. And what better than a way he could see himself through the reflection of his interaction with this new young girlfriend. And at that age, you're longing to be accepted by the younger crowd, so they would still acknowledge you that one day you were young. So with that approach, he's tantalized, encouraged, dreams. And if he's stupid enough, he will also dream to have a child with her in order to bring that image that he hopes to still have and benefit from, as he did when he was younger, back to life through this whole stupid ideas of having another child with that young girl. Could be in his mind. Or even if not, he'll just feel that's what he needs in order to feel alive, and in order to not to give in to the idea that he's getting older. He's trying, struggling to stay young, and since he knows the only way is maybe by hanging out with a younger crowd, so if their opinion, because they're young and he's with them, their opinion might be about him, an image of a young person. At least he sees that image, that he thinks in his mind that by hanging around with younger people, the younger people will see him as a young person. Therefore, he would be then considered in his mind young person, and could have legitimately can have an image of a young man in himself, in his own mind, about himself. Which is all perception. He's not seeing himself in reality and actuality. He's stepping away, moving away from connecting with the world and life, and trying to perceive himself rather than see himself as he is. That is going to be the problem, that why this relationship will not work. But listen, he wants to enjoy that. Nobody can stop him. He's going to choose the 22-year-old for a while, then he's going to go back to the 51-year-old when he sees it doesn't work. That's my prediction. I may be wrong. Who knows? Petra says the younger woman had a 3-year-old child, and 1 month after that affair started, she married the father of that child, but the affair went on. And the husband got to know from it. Then the young woman left her married husband and left him alone with the child. Today they are married, the old man and the young woman, and they have 18 months. Oh, then it came out exactly as I said. Oh. I knew I'm good, but not that good. Well, okay then. There's not much to say. I guess it remains to be seen where that soap opera ends. Now he's got a child, 18 months old, and he's going to be hopefully doing his best to make that happen. So it's not like they haven't made the decision, they've already gone through. So you're telling me something that you already know, how it went up. What was it, a test?